So since this is the lowest level that I have, as far as on the downside, we enter on a retracement, close past the swing, or fail retest of this pre-market low. Those are my two options here. And there is a moving average here, daily moving average, to watch out for. One thing I realized, it's hard to watch both at the same time. So I'm going to focus on one, unless I'm just gonna focus on one, unless one is clearly a higher opportunity than the other. I'm only gonna focus on the SPY. Right now, price doesn't look like it's in any clear direction. Looks like it's more momentum to the downside overall from the pre-market. We damn near open with a 1% gap. On the SPY, we have opened on a 1% gap on the QQQ. Doesn't look like it wants to, it's pretty indecisive on its resistance here. I needed to break one of these levels. This need to break that or break this. Or an opportunity. This level on the QQQ, I'm ignoring. I wanted to break this on the QQQ, and the SPY, the pre-market lows here, I wanted to break that. See, price is struggling to get past this point. So even if it breaks past this, this isn't one of those where I would enter because it broke past this swing low after breaking the pre-market. No, there's this level that's still in play on the QQQ. It hasn't broke past. It seemed reluctant to break past. Like, no, I need to see a retracement after this or a failed retest on this level and that kind of thing. This one's a little different. This one is like a break-in retrace. I mean, break-in looking more like a failed retest. So I'm watching on the SPY. Looks a little enticing, especially with this downward momentum from the pre-market. It's a lot of downward momentum. And when I enter, I'd put my stop about right here. No, I put it right here, right above that candle. Put it like right there. Candle close, we get in. Yeah, it's hovering above. It's hovering on this level. It's hovering. If it closed past my stop, I'm out. Now I need to see it come back, break through this level, because it should, like I said, it doesn't seem like it wants to get up. From what I'm seeing with prices, it does not look like it has much upward momentum. It seems more to the downside than anything. It all depends, really, in my opinion, what it does in like this area. But now I'm not too sure. It can go either way. It all depends on what happens right in this area. But it seems like it has a unwillingness to go to the upside. Now, if it breaks past this point, I'm out. Like, look at that. It is not wanting to move up. You see these wicks up? It keeps wicking up and rejecting. So come down. Come down. You know you want to. Like I said, if it breaks past that point, I'm out, because that's yeah. I'm out. Fuck. Yeah. When I said yeah. Oh man. So looking back, did I do the right thing? Came down. I seen it rejecting this level. Kept doing this. Got in on this candle close, so we got on up here. And then I placed my stop. So we had a correct entry based on my my strategy. Did I place my stop in the correct spot? Yeah. Because the level was right here. This was my stop right here. But after this closed, and I seen it close above this, shouldn't have got in. It should, like, I seen it wicking, but I shouldn't have got in. I should have, it needed to close beneath this. End of story. So this wasn't even a good entry. Now that I'm looking at it, yeah, it kept wicking, so that was a good sign. But for my strategy, if it closes above, I mean beyond this, then that's, I have to wait until I see some more stuff. But like that wasn't a good trade. You know, when I take losses, I don't really feel any type of way about it 99% of the time. But obviously, when you take a loss because you didn't follow your strategy, it's just like, it's kind of discouraging, bruh. Especially when it's such a simple strategy like mine's. It's like, why couldn't I follow? Why couldn't I, follow that? Like, it was very simple. All that is just, if it closes beyond that level, don't enter. I seen it wicking, so that's why I entered, because I seen it looking like it was resisting this level, but it closed above that level. That is not following the strategy. If it closes above this level, right? What I'm looking for is for it to come back down past this level, as long as it's still close by this level, not like up here, but if it's still close by this level, If it closed past this level and it's still close, like right here, I can still look for it to come down. And then when it comes down, what I'm looking for is, I wouldn't be looking for it to resist this level at that point. I'm looking at if it went past like that and then comes back down, what I'm looking for is for it to break this new swing before unless there's a market structure shift like it did right here when it broke this swing. So that was just a bad trade, man. That was just a bad trade. This one might be the most egregious of the not following my strategy. Honestly. Now, this one was a mistake I don't think I have made yet. So this one is a new mistake. And one thing about me is I have not repeated any mistakes that I have made. So yeah, even though this is another me not following my strategy, my rules and stuff, I have not repeated a mistake. So this is no exception. I made the mistake, I fucked up. But we're not making this mistake again. Why? Because I definitely learned a lot from the mistakes. It's like I don't internalize it and like emotionally like upset and all of that, but it's definitely gets burned into my brain. Like, yeah, we're not letting that happen ever again. So it's a one. I'm only doing one contract at the moment because again we're working the kinks out, and this is why we're only trading one contract right now. Shit like this. So yeah, this was a one contract worth lesson. So you know, I could be stupid enough to go higher on the contracts and just start off like stupid high just because I have the money to do it, and really fucked myself up. You know what I'm saying? Let's say I started with 3 contracts. Shit, I wanted to move up to 2 contracts this week, but I was like, nah, we're gonna stick to 1 for right now. I could have fucked myself up and started with 2 contracts, and I'd be taking a 2 contract hit on whatever that move right there would have been. So, I mean, yeah, either way, that was a 1 contract move hit, a lesson, I'm gonna say. I don't even care to call it a hit. This is paying my tuition fees, is what I say. School of Hard Knocks, dog. That paid my tuition. That I'm paying my tuition. That'll be my last tuition fee though. We not we not making that mistake again. We not making any of the mistakes from last week again. I ain't making those mistakes ever again. Those mistakes I made um last week. I'm making mistakes this week. I don't think we traded at all this week yet because this week didn't really show any opportunities so far. And today is Thursday. But yeah, last week I made a mistake almost every single day. Made a mistake 3 days last week. And Yeah, we definitely not repeating any of these. These are now, those mistakes are ingrained in my brain. And I keep saying it. You know what I'm saying? This is all note to self. I keep saying this for a reason. I'm repeating this. Repetition. It is not going to happen again. And even if I wasn't repeating it, it wouldn't happen again. But, you know, if you know the power of repetition, I'm just going to keep repeating that shit. This would not happen again. Like, this doesn't even look like, as soon as I seen it close up, I was just so already on the damn button after seeing those wicks up like that, keep wicking down like that. It's like, yeah, this is it. Pay more attention to where it closes too. Just because I'm seeing a wick and my hand is all on that button already. If it closes, that's a no-go. I can wait 5 seconds for it to register in my brain where it's closing at and not be so fixated on that, oh, it was wicking, so as soon as it closes, I'm gonna hit one of these switches. No, bro. I need just give myself 5 seconds of clarity and be like, oh, let's not get in on that because it closed right there. Just give myself a few seconds. The price isn't going to go anywhere far in 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Give myself 5 seconds for it to register in my brain. Oh, yeah, we can't enter right here. It closed right there. So even though it's wicking and my hand is on that button, it closed right there. We're going to chill out. Next move. What's the next move? Give myself 15 seconds to register what I should be looking for next, which would be, if it closed right here like that, then break market structure still around this area, we're looking for it to close that swing. I mean, close past that swing. End of story. I might end up making another playlist called Lessons Learned, where every time I make a mistake, it goes into that playlist. So those y'all be able to see. Y'all could just go to that playlist and see what mistakes I made that you might not want to make for yourself. And for myself, I can go to that playlist and just remind myself not to do this, not to do that, not to do that. So I'm definitely doing that. Not the mistakes, but we're going to make the playlist for that. So from here, you've got a pretty large way to go to the next level on the upside. Got a lot to go, a lot of room to go. And then the QQQ stopped there. Very interesting. Kind of on like this daily moving average. Same with this. This was the daily moving average is more right there on there for the SPY. It reacted to this level more so on the QQQ. Yeah. Never again. Never again. Call this never again records, man. Never again. So it's 9:57. I'm gonna let this play out for another hour. I'm not taking any entries. I haven't really tested making entries after like a first entry. After taking the first trade, I haven't tested doing a second on the same day. And even if I wanted to try that today, which I wouldn't, again, I have never tested for that, as not in my strategy. So I wouldn't just randomly decide to do it today. Besides, you got all this space to cover, and it would need to do that before 11-ish for me. So I might let this rock till 11 just to record the price action. That being said, we are not discouraged. I look at this as paying tuition. Rather make this mistake now than wait until then it being like I'm playing with like higher contract numbers, and then I learn that lesson then. I'd rather pay this one contract move. Yeah, like this was just so clear. It was so clear not to get into. Like, it's very simple, man. It closed above the pre-market low. Don't get in. Very, very simple and easy rule to follow, you dig? I don't think I have that explicitly mentioned, but I mean, I have my mention in my rules is entry only on candle close. So I mean, that should be good enough. But I'm gonna write that in my strategy notes anyways to be more explicit. All right, so I just made the explicit note. So I made the explicit rule in my strategy notes here. So now, no entry if candle retest closes above the pre-market or previous day low, closes above. If it does that, the only other way I may enter would be my quote unquote sub strategy, unless market structure has been broken. Market structure has been broken, so even if it came back down and passed it there, I wouldn't be able to take that trade. But if it stayed in here and then came back down and then closed past this swing low, again, not breaking the market structure on this swing. If it was to stay here and then break past here, close down past this level, then I may take that trade on the downside. That's what my sub strategy, quote unquote, would be. It's the breakout of the previous day high low or pre-market high low, plus price passing the next pullback high low, which would be the swing. So this would be that level. In this case, because that would be the next swing after the breakout right here. So it broke out. This is the next swing that it created. Came back up. Say it did a break market structure. Came back down. Closed past this swing. Then I'd be able to enter. But in this case, it would have broke past market structure on this candle and I wouldn't have any opportunity after that. So if I was following my rules, regardless, I wouldn't have been able to, there wouldn't be any opportunity at all. Same with here. It broke past there, but it kept going, rejected off of there. Pull back. So I'd be looking for a pullback without breaking market structure, going past, closing past this level. It would not have, because it broke market structure. I would say right here, even though the swing is really up here, that's way too high. I would consider this the swing. So I would consider this as breaking the market structure right there. So I've explicitly written that down in my rules now. So there won't be any kind of, oh yeah, well, it wasn't really explicitly written in the rules, so I didn't really break any rules. Nah, man. I know when I fucked up, and even if I didn't write that in the notes, like you heard me say I fucked up, even though it wasn't explicitly in the notes. You know, what was explicitly in the notes is when it closes, there's no entry, period. But I just made it a little bit more clear on the procedure of what I can do after it closes, which would be I could still use that quote unquote sub strategy of entering, closing past that last swing after the breakout, as long as it doesn't break market structure. So that's the lesson of the day. Yeah, you are really with me rocking through the trenches. And by with me right now, it's really only me just rewatching these videos. So when I say you're with me rocking through the trenches, I'm talking to myself and anybody in the future that decides to go back and watch like my very first trading videos to see how far I've come from wherever point today is that you're watching this, all the way back to me starting out with the recordings. So there you go. Probably not gonna sit here and watch price. This is like watching fucking glue dry, paint dry, because I mean, like, yeah, price action has been so shitty this week, bro. That's another thing. I'm trading in like a bad market at the moment. I think most people would agree this is a bad market to try to trade in at the moment. But besides from that, bad market or not, I'm taking these hits off of my own mistakes and not following my own fucking rules. So I'm not putting it on, oh, it's because it's a bad market. I'm taking hits, taking losses. No. But this is also the time where we learn from these mistakes. So when the market gets a little better with price action, moves more decisively with price action, all of that kind of stuff, we'll be really well primed to take full advantage of it, because we've made all the mistakes during the bad market and became resilient during the bad market and learned not to lose money during the bad market because we followed our trading strategy during the bad market. So when the better market starts up, hey man, that's going to be easy as fuck. And then when it goes back to being a bad market at whatever point, hey, we're not going to be losing money. If anything, we're going to be hovering around break even and not losing money. If anything, like I said, because we've already made the mistakes during the bad market. So it's not like, oh, I started off in a good market and then now price action, and then later on price action is being really shitty and I'm fucking myself up on like 10 contracts and shit. No, we're fucking myself up on one contract because we're starting off in the bad market already. You know what I'm saying? So this is actually a good time for me to start. You know, you would think the best time would be to start in a good market. No, the if I could pick and choose what market I'd start in, I would just start regardless. But if I could really choose, I would choose to start in a bad market. Because if you can learn when not to trade and how to follow your strategy and not force shit and yada 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 during the bad price action market, yo, when a good easy price action comes along, dog, you're gonna be well set. And then you won't be fucking surprised whenever a bad market fucking price action starts popping up. You're resilient to that shit. You're not gonna feel like you need to force shit. You're not gonna make mistakes because you already made whatever mistakes already. And because I'm starting off on such low contract numbers, it's not like I'm gonna fuck myself up on like 100 fucking contracts and shit. So I'd much rather start off like this and learn like this than learning during a good market and think I'm hot shit, and then a bad market comes around and just like Mike Tyson uppercuts me in the goddamn chin. You know what I'm saying? So just something to think about.